Guys, it's Katrina, and for Cooking with Katrina today we are making protein energy balls. These are really good as like a quick and easy snack when you're like rushing to like work or practices or just in between meals. And they're vegan. They are very like, you can use different substitutes depending on what you have. Like for peanut butter, you can have peanut butter, you can use almond butter, sunflower butter, cashew butter. There's tons of different like butters that you can use. And then if you don't have like hemp seeds or like chia seeds, you can add like flax seeds and other like seeds in replacement of those. And yeah, let's get for the ingredients. So I do about 1.5 cups of oats, and then I'll do 1/2 cup of Hemp Hearts, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, and then for the wet ingredients, I do 1 cup of peanut butter and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. I'm doubling the recipe today, so that's why it looks like a lot. So I first add in my dry ingredients, and I like a lot of cinnamon, so if you don't, you can take it out. But cinnamon has like a ton of like health benefits, and it's really good for inflammation. And then the hemp seeds, that's where you're getting most of the protein. Hemp seeds have a ton of protein. I really recommend them. They're really good in like these like protein energy bites, or you can put them in like smoothies, and when you blend them up they like make anything really thick, so they're really good for smoothies. And you can put them on like salads and stuff. You can just hide them in everything. And then chia seeds are also really good because they have good like omega-3 fatty acids. And yeah, so adding all the dry ingredients, and then it's best to mix them, but like you don't have to, so I'm just going to mix mine, and then I'm going to be adding in the peanut butter. Once you're done mixing the dry ingredients, you can then add in the peanut butter. I don't add extra salt because my peanut butter already has salt in it, but another tip is I really recommend getting peanut butter that has little ingredients as possible. If you can, like I'd get peanut butter that is just peanuts and salt, or you can make your own, which is pretty easy. You just need a food processor, and that's just like to avoid like extra sugars and like chemicals and preservatives. So you're gonna add in your peanut butter, and if you want to make it a little sweeter, you can add a little bit of like maple syrup or like vanilla extract. I don't really like sweet things that much, so the peanut butter is enough for me. And once you get all the peanut butter out, you're just going to mix that up and then form them to balls. I forgot to include the chocolate chips. These are optional, but I really like to include them because I use dark chocolate, which it has lots of antioxidants, and it's good in moderation, and these make it like more enticing, like it holds you over because it's something sweet, as well as like there's lots of protein, so it holds you over for a while. So I add in about 1/2 cup of chocolate chips for like in the main recipe, but you can add however many you want. You can add less or more, and you can use whatever chocolate chips you have. You can use semi-sweet, milk chocolate. I just recommend either semi-sweet or dark chocolate just because of the antioxidants. And then you're just going to mix those in and make sure that they're not all like clumped in one area, because then it's going to be like hard to like roll them into balls later. And once you have it mixed to your liking, then you can start forming into balls. And if your mixture, I'll show you my mixture in a second, but if your mixture is too wet, just add more oats, like rolled oats. And if it's too dry, you can add more peanut butter, or you can add maple syrup or like vanilla extract, and that'll like help to like loosen up the mixture and make it come together more. So yeah, this is the ideal texture for the energy balls. It's kind of sticky, but not like too sticky. You can see like if I like mush it down, it'll stick together. You can still get like little bits like off, if that makes sense. But yeah, so now you're gonna start rolling these into balls, and I'll show you guys what they look like. Okay, now for the fun part, you get to roll them up. So I take about like a golf ball size. You can make them smaller or bigger, but I just find that size is like the best for like snacking. So I do this by hand just because when I use like a melon ball or like ice cream scoop, it like sticks a ton and it's really annoying to like get out. So you just make it into like a little ball and it should look like this. And then you can use plates or like a cookie sheet, but I line it with parchment paper so that it won't stick to the plate or the baking sheet, and it's easy to just take them off once they're done in the refrigerator or freezer. I would put them in the refrigerator for like 30 minutes, or you can put them in the freezer for like 15 minutes or like 10 minutes, just so they can like set up and like hold together a little better. But then after that, you can like put them into little like boxes or like wherever you want to keep them, and you can keep them out for like probably like a couple hours, but they'll become really soft. So I just keep them in my refrigerator to keep them like fresh. And if you make a lot like I'm making a double batch, you can just put the rest of the energy balls in the freezer and they freeze really well. They probably last like, I don't know, like a month or two. I like eat them before they've gone that long, but they last really well. They're kind of hard to like bite into when they're frozen, but it takes like maybe like a couple minutes for them to like thaw out a little bit. So yeah, you're just gonna keep making little golf-sized protein balls, and then stick them in the refrigerator or the freezer, and then you'll be all set. This is the final result. You should be able to make about 12 per batch.